Hello, welcome to this video. So in today's video, we are going to look at a comprehensive guide about image uploads in your full stack Next.js project. So if you have been following my channel, you know I like building systems and also working on full stack projects. Okay. So the one thing that you are quickly going to face is actually with image upload. So the projects you have worked on so far with the invoice, inventory management, and even the e-commerce and even other small projects, you find that we are actually encountering uploading images. Okay. So there are very many ways to take on the images, and actually most of them are complicated. And actually in the previous projects we have been looking at handling one single image upload, whereby a user actually selects one image, and I've made 2 videos specifically on that. I've used it previously. I've used Cloudinary and I've also used UploadThing. Okay, and we worked on to how to use them to set up an image upload. Okay, so as we continue working on various projects like e-commerce and even the inventory, you saw that there is a need of a user to select multiple images and even uploading them onto their backend. So that calls us to actually look at how do we handle, for instance, multiple image upload. And then another thing is that there are so many other alternatives. Okay, the common ones is UploadThing, FileStack, EdgeStore, and Cloudinary. Now after making research, I removed the FileStack because it is actually paid. They only give you a trial version for only 21 days, and I did not see if it is worth to put it into these free tools. So we are going to look at 3 best alternatives for the image upload in Next.js, and the 3 ones that are common according to the research I've made, it is UploadThing right now, EdgeStore, and Cloudinary. So I'm just going to tackle the image upload using these 3 tools, and in each of the instances we are going to try actually to look at uploading a single image and then uploading multiple images. Okay, so you're going to look at the case of UploadThing. How do you upload a single image and even multiple images? Then we'll look at EdgeStore. How do you upload a single image and multiple images? The same thing to Cloudinary. And at the end of the video, when you keep around, I will show you my take, or which one I will always or normally use according to the complexity of the setup and others. And you're going to look at others are easy to implement, others are somehow intermediate, but we are going to actually walk through a step-by-step on how we can do this. And actually, me myself, I haven't actually done the complete project. What I just know is that I researched about them and I have some knowledge. And we're going to come up with very nice looking components that you can customize and actually put in your own projects. Okay, and as you know, me, I'm a person who is working on projects all the time. That's why I always just have to bring you this information before I use it in a video. So as we are working on the multi-vendor, and I want to actually change the image upload from using a single image to actually multiple images. So before I do that, I saw it very nice to actually make a video walking you through these different platforms and the tools on how you can set it up. Okay, so here on my screen I have a small page, as you can see this page, and to get this to this page, actually it has only 3 pages: the UploadThing page, EdgeStore page, and Cloudinary page. Only these 3 pages are the ones we have in this project. So to start, just click on the GitHub link that is going to be there, the starter link, and just come to this project here. Okay, just come to this project and just simply click on this. And by the way, there are 2 branches right now. Okay, so this one which is saying complete, this one actually is a test branch. Okay, It is not do not take this one, just take the main, which is actually the main is the template that we have here on the screen, and it has nothing in it, as you can see. And the project, of course, is TypeScript. And by the way, this is to make announcement that we are going to be using for all the future projects. We are going to be using TypeScript. I'm changing to be using TypeScript so that we all get used to it. I know some people who have started with the JavaScript background like me. TypeScript has always been not easy, but we are going to start like working with TypeScript, and not like so much heavily, but every project we try to implement or use TypeScript so that we actually get used to this. So actually, even this simple project, I initialized it with TypeScript. So the first step, just simply come here and just get this link here, okay, and just go to your terminal. Okay, just open any terminal in VS Code and just a git clone, okay, and then put the name of the project, just like that, and press enter. It will clone it and will give you a folder. So cd into that folder, so after you just say cd into Next.js blah blah, then after that just run npm install, okay, run npm install, and then afterwards run npm run dev. So these are the commands that I ran here. If I'm to show you what I was doing here, you can see after cding into this folder, I just ran npm install. It installed all the packages, and then I went ahead and ran npm run dev, and then it started this environment. Okay, great. So starting on, we're just going to start with the navbar. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the navbar and put the active state. You see right now we are changing pages, but the pages are not having the active state. So I'm just going to go to these components, and we have only one component so far, which is actually the navbar. So go to this navbar. Okay, go to this navbar and we can just going to put the active state, and I'm going to start by saying const path name. So just simply get the path name, and you're just going to use path name. Okay, so you say path name is equal to use path name from next navigation. Okay, as simple as that. So we have here this path name, and we can use this path name to know which we are there. To take you up to speed, I have these 3 links here, and it is these 3 links that are mapping through here, are mapping through these links. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and actually map through this. So we're just going to use the path name to compare here to render this. So just simply come here, and I'm just going to turn this, cut this, sorry, so just simply cut that, just turn it into using the literal strings or the backticks, and then paste it back. Oh, sorry, did I just say copy? So just simply, let's copy this. In fact, just select all of it. Let me select it just like this, put it in brackets, and then also apply the backticks. As simple as that. Then at the end here, let's just compare and add the background. You could also just go in between whichever you want. So here at the end of the backticks, I can add this. Okay, and then I say that if the path name, so the path name we created on top there is equal to item.path, is equal to item.path. If this is true, then simply add some classes. For instance, we can just say add bg slate, maybe 800 or 900, and we can also text maybe white, and then you can just go ahead and say maybe padding y of maybe 2.5, and then padding x of 4. Okay, I don't know, is that all necessary? And maybe rounded. Okay, rounded, maybe SM or LG. So you can just like try this, and that is if this is true. So just go ahead and write if it is false. If this is true, so you have applied this, and then you can say if it is false, we just leave it empty, just like this. Let's quickly and see. So right now we are on the upload thing, so it is supposed to update. Okay, it has updated. As you can see, it has updated. And then if I just go to the EdgeStore, it is updated, and Cloudinary. Okay, so this is great. Okay, this is great. I feel like rounded is not working or something. Okay, that is enough. Really, and then this button, we can make it simply red. I'm just going to go to this subscribe button. I'm just going to change wherever there is gray. I'm just going to say Ctrl D, sorry. Simply go to where there is this subscribe button, and wherever there is gray, I'm just going to turn it into red. Okay, and even in responsive, so wherever there is gray, turn it into red, just to have a difference just here on the UI. Okay, so we have now this. So that is step number 1. I've just added this active class onto these things. So we are just now going to start with the first one. So let me take you through the project so far. I have the app, which has 3 pages: the Cloudinary page, the EdgeStore, and UploadThing. And then onto the page, I just simply have this block here. Okay, and this is the block that is displayed on the home page here. Okay, so that is the page, and I'm just going to remove also this file stack, since we are not looking at file stack. So we are looking at the 3 tools, and I'm also going to put, I think I'm just going to work hard to put the to put a timestamp, so that you can jump through these setups in the future, so that it is very easy for you to jump around these setups, so that you can quickly watch them. So yes, we're going to start with the first one. So the first one you're going to look at is the UploadThing. And in most of all our big projects, we have been using UploadThing, so it is good that we start with the UploadThing. Okay, so our purpose with this is that we're just going to implement 2 things. We want to implement single image upload, and when we just have done that, then we go ahead and also look at the multiple image upload component. Okay, so that we look at how to juggle between them, or how you would set up the 2. So speaking of which, I'm just going to start with UploadThing. So first, go to the page for the UploadThing, and you see that we have only this div saying UploadThing, which is right now on the screen. So step number 1 is that you must have an account with UploadThing. So just go to uploadthing.com, and the first thing you can get yourself is an account. Okay, so go ahead and click on get started, and you can just simply go ahead and create an account using GitHub, and then you will be now able to log in. Okay, so there are so many apps here, but I'm just going to go, and you can just go ahead and create a new app. Okay, just as simple as this. And I'm just going to call this image upload YouTube. So I don't have a taste, so just call any name you want for your app. Basically just name it the name of your app you are going to be using, and then this the app URL, you can see it is optional, and then simply just create. Now for the region, I'm just going to leave it like that, and just simply click on create app. So the app will be spinned, and you can see quickly we have the app set up. The first thing after you have set up the app, just simply grab the API keys. Okay, so get these two API keys and copy them, and after copying them, simply come here. I have the MV file, okay, not having anything, and if it has anything in it, just simply remove everything that is there and simply paste into this. Okay, so paste into this upload the secret key and this upload thing app ID. Now if you, let's go ahead and add this git ignore. I've always forgotten to add this git ignore, and probably that's why it end up reaching into this project. So always go to the git ignore and just simply add .mv. I normally just scroll down to where I have .mv.local, and then just add .mv. This is just like to make sure you don't actually forget and then this end up on your GitHub. Okay, great. So after you have done that, then just simply click on top here on your docs. Okay, so let's click on the docs, and then we just simply go through this. And by the way, this amazing tool was built by Theo. He's just one of the YouTubers, and I think is a person also I look up to. So you can just like really check out his page. Is a very amazing person. He's the one who built this UploadThing. Okay, you're just going to see even all these other tools you're going to look at. Actually, all of them, those people are working on them are YouTubers. Okay, and the people I've been following for at least a long time right now. So if you just go down onto this, okay, you can just simply click on Next.js. So on the side here, we have Next.js app and Next.js pages. Click on the Next.js app, and if you're using pages, of which I don't think you're using really, up this point, like there are a few projects now being spinned with pages. Most of them are now app router, but for this we have for the pages and for the app. So clicking on the app directory, the first thing you can see here is installing this first package, installing the UploadThing and UploadThing React. Just simply copy this command and just go onto your terminal and go into this second terminal. If you don't have a new terminal, just simply click on this plus and get a new terminal and just install this. Okay, so as it is installing, let's continue with the setup. So this is just installing the UploadThing. So the next is of course setting up the environmental variables, of which we have already done. Great. Then the third thing is setting up the file router. So this thing behind the scenes is using the Amazon S3. Okay, is using Amazon S3, and just like they provided a nice layer that we don't have to interact with the complexity of the Amazon S3. Instead we interact with actually this one, and behind the scenes is interacting with Amazon, which is really nice. By the way, in the future, we're just going to be looking at Amazon, so don't worry. We're going to reach time and we'll be actually setting up our S3 buckets by ourselves, so you don't have to actually worry. So the first thing is setting up the file router. One thing I did not tell you is that, by the way, our installation is complete. Just going to lower down this one. We're using TypeScript. If you just change everything is TypeScript. Okay, so which is great. If you are not using TypeScript, don't really worry. There is no much TypeScript you're going to be writing. Actually, when you're starting with TypeScript, the worry is you're going to get a lot of mistakes. Simply just move on. We are just going to be handling small TypeScript things. Okay, if we meet them, even me, I'm not so much guru in TypeScript, but I simply use it, and that's the beauty of web development and even being a developer at large. If you want to learn a language, don't just worry so much. Start as simple as possible and simply move on with it. Before you know it, you're just like a guru in it. So I'm just going to first create, and you can see here all files uploaded to UploadThing are associated with a file router. Think of a file route similar to an endpoint. It has the permitted file size, maximum file size, and others. So simply just copy this, and you can see it is in API UploadThing core.ts. So simply copy this block of code, and let's go here. In fact, first copy this. Okay, now copy up to the API. Start from the API UploadThing core. Just copy this. Right click, copy, and let's go here onto the app. Right click onto the app, create a new file, not a new folder, a new file, and then paste this path here and press enter. Now it will just create for us API folder and the UploadThing, and then core.ts inside the UploadThing. So simply go ahead and then copy this block of code and let's paste it inside here. Okay, so this is where we are going to be setting up all our path, and let's just clean it a little bit. First of all, we are not going to use it for authentication or anything, so remove this auth. Okay, just remove that auth, and then down here, okay, just go ahead and remove this user and even this whole block of middleware. So just go ahead and remove this middleware. That is used if you want to set permissions on who uploads the image. So right now we're not doing that. So go ahead and now remove this metadata because it was coming from the user. So just simply remove this this actually console.log, this first one, just simply remove it, and just go ahead and also remove all this here. Okay, now you can just leave this console.log of the file. We want to look at the uploaded file after we have put it, just remove like that. Now just go ahead and just also remove this uploaded by. I'm just going to remove this and I put my name, just put here by JB, as simple as that. You put your name. Okay, so this is the one file, the router that comes set up. You can see this one. These routers are the ones that are the endpoints that are going to help us upload the image to our A3 bucket. So now the only one thing you're just going to do right now, after you have set up like this, okay, let's follow the documentation. So we have set up the core.ts where we are going to be adding our routes. So the second thing is create a next API route using the file router. So the second one is creating this UploadThing route.ts. So simply copy this block and let's go to our UploadThing folder. So we have right now API UploadThing. So inside the UploadThing folder, create a new file called route.ts. So I'm just creating route.ts, of course in small caps, route.ts, and inside this route.ts I'm adding this file router. Okay, it's simply actually exporting this as get and post. Okay, now for now we're not going to do configuration, and they actually write something about it here. They are saying that if you just scroll down here, see configuration options in the API reference. So if you have anything to do is you want to configure more options here, okay, you can just go and see in the API reference, of which I'm not going to do really. Okay, like the default ones are okay with me, but these are the configurations here. Okay, you can look at all of them, and then if you have anything to change here, you can actually change. So I'm just going to go back to this. So one thing so you can just do is remove this line. Okay, as simple as that. So the next is adding the styles. Okay, so that they have two ways if you're not using Tailwind or if you're using Tailwind. Of course you're using Tailwind. So the first thing is actually modify the Tailwind, and you're just going to look at the theming in a little bit, but for now just simply just actually have this. Okay, so just simply copy this and let's go to Tailwind config, scroll down to Tailwind config. So you see that you have already some configurations that come with the Next.js project. So on top here, simply paste this. Okay, and then inside this export default with the UT, simply copy everything we have inside here and then you're just going to transfer all these things. I'm just going to cut them and just simply put them inside this. Okay, so remove that and let's put this. So go ahead and remove this export config. Okay, now we have everything, exporting it from this with the UT. You can go ahead and remove also this line. We are not using config right now. We're everything using this. And sometimes this can be a really pain. I don't know why he took this approach of modifying like this whole thing like this instead of just like configuring the setup. Sometimes you can have like maybe some people get it maybe uncomfortable modifying their tailwind config, but it has no problem. So go ahead and modify it and use UT. I think this is UT's for UploadThing. Okay, so after finishing that, let's move on. So now the next thing, step number 4, is create the UploadThing components. Okay, so we provide the components to make UploadThing easier. We highly recommend re-exporting them with the types assigned, but you can import them individually from the UploadThing React instead. So we are going to go to create a folder called utils, and then in utils we are just going to create this UploadThing.ts. So you can simply copy this whole thing how it is, copy, and then go to your app here in the route in the root, right click in this space and create a new file. Just going to paste it like that. Utils stock UploadThing.ts. It is going to create for us the utils folder plus this file UploadThing.ts. In it, simply add this block. Okay, just like this. And now one thing you have to import actually very well is the app router. Okay, so you are importing the types from, so you can just simply comment it out like this, and then simply click onto this, just click in front here and simply control space bar to actually get the suggestion, just like this. Import file router. Now you could just go ahead and actually just put type here because we are getting the types actually, and that's it. That's the only thing you actually need to do. Okay, that's the only thing. And you see, if you see right now, we have const upload button and const upload drop zone. So you're just getting like two things here. We are getting these these things here, and you can see right now they have updated and they're using generate upload button. This was not the first one we used it. The first one was actually getting the actual buttons from React, UploadThing React, but right now they updated to a new one API here, which is generate button. Okay, which is very okay. So just add these ones. Then moving on, next, mount a button, and I'm showing you this from the documentation just in case there is anything in the future. You are watching this in the future and anything has changed in the documentation, just simply stick to this to the steps that they have given you, because that's what I'm using exactly. So the next thing is, of course, mounting a button and upload. Okay, so that is the next step. I say don't forget that use client directive at top of your file. Okay, so one thing I'm just going to do is that we're just going to get this. So you can see in this you have to use client. So I'm just going to simply copy this button here. Okay, I'm just going to copy this button, Control C, and let's go to our UploadThing. So in the app we have UploadThing page.ts here, and you can just go ahead and paste this here. Okay, and one thing, the first one is to import the upload button, just like that. Now you get two suggestions from UploadThing React and utils. So just get from utils because this one has the types, just like this. Okay, so now we are good. And if you look at this right now, the setup is really clean. First of all, they already connected you an endpoint, and this is pointing to the API core.ts, this endpoint of image uploader. So you can see this image uploader is actually matching with your just go back to the page in here. It is matching with this endpoint you have here, image uploader. Then on a client upload complete, you have the response with the uploaded file here, and you have even this alert upload complete. And that is the only setup actually you need. If we just go back to here, let's see, we have problems. We have this saying that const upload generate button is not a function. Why? Let's go back here. We have these ones gotten from, I'm seeing here we have them here, and I don't know why it is showing that error. Maybe we refresh. What? Okay, so export const is generate button, and they're saying that is not a function. I don't know what is this all about, because inside here we don't have any errors. Okay, maybe what I just can just do is maybe rerunning. Can I try to rerun this? And let's first finish actually the setup in a little bit. Okay, I just want to do one more step, then I will just restart. So if you just go back here, there is this optional step number 6, and I normally just do this. This is when you have this without this plugin, you're always having this thing of loading, and with the plugin you see you have ready. So just set up this plugin. Simply say to add this hydration avoid loading, simply render the next SSR plugin hydration helper in the body before the children. Okay, so just going to simply copy this. First get these import statements here, so copy these 3 lines, and let's go to our layout here. So inside the layout, copy the paste these. Now there is this one file router, just simply remove it. You're just going to import it correctly. So inside this, simply copy this plugin here, this block. Okay, and let's go and take it here inside the body here. So inside the body on top here, simply add it like that, and let's remove all these comments. And let's go ahead also get this file router imported, and it's coming from API UploadThing core, as simple as that. So this is going to help us to avoid the loading problems, and that is the actually the correct steps. Now we're having one problem, which is these things here. I'm just going to try to run. Okay, I'm just going to try to run, like rerun this, and maybe see for some reason if we can get it running. Just simply rerun the project, and let's see if we can have it working. I'm not sure, because in the file itself everything is imported clearly, and I don't know why it would actually behave like that. Okay, let me just remove this. Maybe let's also just bring these types down here. Oh, okay, I think I just know the problem. Just simply make this one just make this, let's go back, let's close all these. I think I know the problem right now. I think even if we do that, it's going to still bring the problem, and it might be associated with use client. I want to show you it might be the actually problem. Okay, they only work, I think, on the client side. So just simply go to your UploadThing, and then just simply on top here, let's make it use client. Okay, just like that, and this would actually help, I think. Let's just wait a second and see. Okay, yep, that was the problem. Okay, so now you can see clearly now I have this upload button, and if I just click here, it should just actually choose the image. Okay, it should choose the help me open the. Okay, so you can just see here it is asking me to select the image. Just click on any of these images. I'm just going to simply click on any of these image, and then you can see it is giving us the percentage. Okay, just like that, and let's go ahead and check on the console if we have anything. So you can see here. Okay, you can see upload complete, and then we have here an array having back our image, and you can see the URL is here. If I copied this URL, is actually the URL containing the uploaded image. Okay, you can clearly see that this is the URL to the uploaded image, just like that. So you can see this is the image, and if I just simply go back to our UploadThing, and now you can just quickly just go back to UploadThing and just click on the dashboard. And if you check on the dashboard files, like we have the image uploader YouTube somewhere, like here, this, and you can quickly see that at least now we have one file. Okay, we have total of one file, and if you just go to files, you have this nice thing that you can just simply delete, or have access. You can of course delete it. Okay, so speaking of which, now what we want to focus on one is using this. Instead of this, I'm just going to use, you see we have two options right now. We have the upload button and the drop zone. I think they have removed the third one. They used to be 3. Let's just go ahead and use the drop zone. So I'm just going to use, instead of the upload button, I'm just going to use the drop zone. Okay, so let's import the drop zone from these utils. Now it's going to change a little bit. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so we have this drop zone. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and somehow customize it very well. And what I'm just going to do is, in a second, I'm just going to go to Flowbyte. Okay, so that we can just like have a nice UI, and just simply search here the card, search for the card, and when you reach on the card, simply go to this card with form inputs here, card with form inputs, and simply scroll down to see the code, and simply copy this one line on top, this one. Okay, that line, just copy that class, and let's come back here. Now first thing I'm just going to do is I'm just going to create inside here sections. So just going to have this as a section with a class, and let me add all these classes in it, and let me just get all these drop zone, upload drop zone, and let me drop it inside here. Okay, so if you look at this, we have the max width. Change this max width to something like maybe 4XL, just like that. and simply apply margin auto, and let's just also apply some margin top of maybe 8, and maybe in this case we could even apply the margin Y, because we are going to have another section down. So let's look at what we have so far. So if you check back, let's check. Okay, so you have something like this, which is really nice. What have I done? Like, is it, let me just check a second. So you could just go to you could just go to, maybe I didn't want to put anything in the layout. Do I need to put anything in the layout? So we have this margin. I can just like go ahead and put like a padding of maybe 8 on this main. Okay, just to add some space, just like that. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Okay, this is looking really nice. So what I just want is just going to go ahead, and so right now we are having a single image upload. You cannot upload multiple images. So what I just want to do is set up something that can hold this image. So quickly I'm just going to say const, okay, const image URL is equal set image URL is equal to use state from React. Okay, and then you can just have this by default, and you can see we are not just using TypeScript, and it can infer this to be a string. You can see image is declared but its value is never used. Okay, but you can say it's going to infer this as a string. Okay, it's going to infer as a string. As you can see, use state, it has been initiated as a string. Okay, so sometimes TypeScript just is smart enough to know that this is going to be a string. Okay, so inside here, after we have this, we looked at the URL. I don't know if it is still existing, probably not. I'm having a clean slate here. Okay, so when you apply the image, okay, so on this method, on complete is where we want actually to get this. Okay, so I think it is on, so just going to say set image URL, and we are setting it to something like raise, and this is an array of files, and inside the files we are also going to first get the first one, and then from there we access the URL. You can see this is why we want this from TypeScript. It is giving us here. So I think this is the raise, and here we having has any type. This is where the TypeScript starts screaming and all that, but never mind right now. Just move slowly. So I'm just going to go ahead and see, and of course we have to console.log here. So console.log image URL, as simple as that. And now if you just go ahead and just upload an image, it was refreshing. Let's go ahead and upload an image. I'm just going to upload this thumbnail, upload. Okay, and we just want to look at the consoles. So the first thing is we have this upload complete, and you can see you have this file, and inside we have that, then we have this image. You can see it has been consoled. So we have our URL. So you can just go ahead and work on a small thing. Okay, just like simply having on top of this image, you could just have a label to this image. So I'm just going to add like a flex on top here, and you can just add h2 saying maybe single image. So this one can be just like, say, the name of the whatever you are uploading, maybe product image. Okay, so here single image, and then I just going to have a button that maybe you can just say remove. So you can just design this button the way you want, but for now let me just give it a simple styles. Sorry, I'm just going to give it simple styles. For instance, bg slate 800, and then text white, and let's give it some padding y of 2, and then px of 4, and then say give it somehow rounded, and I think that's it. So, and then in this, just give justify between and items center, simply to have that. Okay, so now on top here we should just now have a button that is responsible for removing this image if you just want, or in fact just call it change. Okay, we just call it change image. Okay, so like if you're not happy with this image, whichever is going to be displayed here, and we're also going to make sure that this upload zone is only shown, okay, if there is the image. So just going to say here, if there is image URL, okay, if the image URL is there, if this is true, we just want to show if the image URL is there, then you're just going to actually show the image, display this very image like that. And let me just right now give it source. Of course, source is going to be the image itself, image URL, and then we're just going to have alt, okay, some image, can put any base alt, and let us give it some width for purposes of like controlling it. Maybe let's give it 300 by 300. Okay, as simple as that. And if this is not true, in case if you're just like uploading the new image, just show the upload button. So right now, if we have this, and the same thing, I'm just going to render this button on that condition. I'm going to render it on the condition that only if the image URL is there. If this image URL is present, then go ahead and show this. Okay, so now if you just check, this change should now disappear because there is no image, and now you have this label. And then if now you can upload, okay, you can just go ahead and upload some files. Of course, you're just going to get the error, but just in a second we'll fix it. So just go ahead and put another image. You can just put the thumbnail again and upload. Okay, so now let's just see. Okay, upload complete. Now we have a problem, and they say invite the source probe, and this is because the host name UTSF is not configured. Now the good thing down here, if you read very well this problem, they always give you this link down here. I know some of you actually don't read, And one thing I just urge you, please read the errors. Most of these errors are recurring and they're the same. So just simply click onto the see more info, just like this, and it is going to take you to actually the documentation. Okay, and you see here they tell you why this error occurred, and they explain it because of this of the host name has to be you are supposed to actually accept that. But just to fix it, you simply copy this. Okay, simply add these images. Okay, just copy this and take it to your Next.js config, and inside this curly braces or the object, and paste these images. The only thing you just need to make modifications are actually only one. So simply go back to the error. Okay, simply go back to the error, and where I want to see this error is that, and our project seems to have stopped. Okay, what is happening? So it is restarting. Okay, because of changing this one. So the only thing we have to do is, first of all, remove this path name. Go ahead and remove the port, and just only stick with only two things: the protocol plus the host name. Now the host name is what you're supposed to get from this. I think it was utsf.io, but let's confirm. Okay, so give it a few seconds and it's just going to be up and running. Okay, so let me just pause for 1 second, and then to avoid wasting actually more time. Okay, so we are back here with on our problem, and you can see they say that the host name utsf.io is not configured under images in your next config. So the only thing is to copy this exactly the way it is. Right click, copy it, and let's go and update it inside the host name. So here, remove this example host name and simply go to this. Okay, so now it has to actually go ahead and apply changes, restart the server, and then it can be able to actually make the changes. Okay, so now actually just in a second we'll just be back now to show you what it has done. So after restarting the server, we are back up to this point whereby we have select the image one more time. Let me select the image and let me upload it and see. Okay, so upload complete. Now we have the change button appearing here, plus with our image which is showing up here. Okay, so which is nice. So we are showing now at least a person can see the image they are actually trying to upload, and you have this button of change. So what we want is this: if someone clicks on change, it should bring back, remove this image and bring back the upload button, and that is very easy. You simply add a handle click, for instance, function. So I'm just going to write here a function handle image change, maybe something like that. And then inside this function, we are simply actually setting the set image URL, as simple as that. Set image URL back on an empty string. So we are simply removing it from the state. So I'm just going to go here and say on click, okay, and just going to say handle image change, as simple as that. And now let's just go ahead and click, okay. If all goes well, this button is going to disappear. Okay, so now let's go ahead and upload, and just simply upload here and upload here. Okay, so it is uploading. So give it a second. And by the way, all these files are actually uploading to the dashboard, I guess. If you just go here and refresh, you see all these images here. Okay, complete, and it shows here. So if you click change, it brings back this one. So that functionality is as easy as that. So let's talk about customization. It is one thing people have been always asking me: how do you customize and how do you change the theming to your theme? Actually, they have the whole theming configured. So if you scroll down here, you have two pages to actually look at. The first one is you customize the components, and the second one is make your own components. You can even use the UploadThing hook to make your own components. I'm just going to open these two pages in different tabs. So you have this where you can look at the hook they're using behind the things. Okay, they have this multi-uploader, and you're just going to see they have this thing here they're using. Okay, so you can just go ahead and look at this, and then you can build your own button from this. Like your own upload component in this. I think this is like really nice because you can just like use from wherever. Right now I just want to look at theming, not create a custom button. I'm happy with the ones they provide by default. So for the theming, you see here they have the button. Okay, they are just showing you how they use the button, and there are three things like on the button. There is this allowed content, the button, and the container. There are three things you have to understand. There is the button itself, the container, and this text here, which is allowed content. Then the upload zone, the same thing, has many things. It has the icon, container, label, allowed content, and the button. So you can just go ahead and theme, and they have divided them into three things. The first one is the class name, whereby you can pass the class name to affect the button. Then there is the appearance, which is actually an object. I think appearance is an object. Yes, is an object having all the three things: the container, the button, and the allowed content. Okay, so if you just go down, there is actually how to theme. So with Tailwind CSS, if you're using Tailwind, you put all your configuration inside this use UT. Okay, now if you're not using Tailwind, then you can use their CSS. Now if you continue scrolling down, actually they show you, for instance, a simple way. So they say if you're not using UT wrapper, the state variance can be applied using the dataset. Now if you're just using this, they say these variance classes can be used in conjunction with each other to make component match the design you exactly want. So for instance, you see on the upload button, you can actually go ahead and apply the classes, and they show you how these classes apply. The margin top 4 is going to be applied on the container, and UT, so everything with the U button is going to apply to the button. Okay, so the same thing on this. Okay, if you see BG slate 800 and UT label, you can see UT allowed content, and all that. So if I just simply copy like this class here, I think this is the best naming convention. So you can just simply come here, and on this you pass the class name on the drop zone, just like that, and let's pass these classes. So when you say bg and you don't put anything, this is going to affect the container. If you want to affect the labels, then you actually simply pass in ut label. If you want to affect the allowed content, ut allowed content, then ut uploading, and then text, maybe read that. So if you do that, if you go back to our application, you will see that the component actually changes, which is really nice. So people were saying, how do I customize it, how do I do it, and what kind of stuff. You have all the things here, even the so we're uploading, you just say try see, you have all these, even you see the text changes while uploading and what kind of stuff. Okay, so this is nice. You can go ahead and change your theme exactly the way you want. Okay, you can change the theme. Okay, so we have this component now working properly. So you can really change the theme to your looking. Okay, you can change the theme to your looking using the theming here. I think this is really easy. They go ahead here, you can use instead the appearance. Okay, and you can see here you can also use your custom class. They give you all the alternatives, guys. They give you all the alternatives here, and you can just go ahead and use any of these ones. Okay, you can use all inline. They have given you all the things that you can actually just use. Okay, I think just like providing that class is really what I just only needed. You simply change a class and you already have a custom component. And yeah, the only thing is to know that you have access using this allowed content. You can change everything on allowed content. You can change the label, you can change anything. Okay, great. So now that we have that done, let's just go ahead and look at uploading multiple images. Okay, so this was the single image. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this card. Okay, so that we just look at uploading multiple images. So I'm just going to simply go to the section and simply duplicate this section. Ctrl C, and down here put that. Now since we have the margin Y, we should have some spacing between these two cards. Okay, yeah, that's clean. Now we just want here now to handle the multiple images. So I'm just going to first change here, and I add multiple image upload. So in this second section, let's add multiple image upload, multiple, and this is like what people have been asking me all the time, multiple image upload. Okay, and now the logic is going, of course, to change. Instead of having this, let me first remove all this logic so that we go back to the basics. So I'm just going to remove, of course, this one here of the change. Just remove that, and then also this image, because you're going to have multiple images. For now, just go ahead and remove this image. I'm just going to cut it like that, paste it here, and let me also cancel it just like this, put it just like that, and then let's also cut this multiple the upload zone. So simply go to the upload zone here, just cut it out, and let's remove all this conditional rendering and put the upload zone. What is the problem? Removed here. Okay, so we are good. So we have this old school logic. So we could just first go back to the first principles. I'm just going to remove this to make it light. Okay, and then also we have now upload complete. Let's stick to is this one, remove set image. Okay, so this is the way it was in the first place. The first thing we're just going to do, let's first make sure this is rendering properly here. Multiple image, yep, so it is rendering correctly. So let's start the first thing. So when you want to do multiple image, the first thing, let's create an endpoint to handle that instead of this endpoint. So I'm just going to go to core and change this this one, and let me copy and paste down here. So since I change this name, okay, change this name, and I'm going to change this name to maybe multiple. So I'm just going to use the word multiple, just like this. Convert I to capital. So you have now multiple image uploader. So just copy this, and by the way, before we leave here, the only one thing you have to specify here for the multiple images, okay, is the file count. So if you just look at the options that you have on the router, now you could go to the documentation. This is exactly what I did, and if you just say max file count, so if you just look at the file route here, you look at this, if you just read about the file routes, you will see in setting the file route here is that they actually have here, you can see like media post, they have max file count 4. So this is the only prop you need, max file count, as simple as that, and that one will just guarantee you to have a maximum number of images to 4. So I'm just going to come here and I just simply put here in this object, simply put a comma, and then put, if you just place control space, I think it doesn't, but just simply put max, and you can see we have this my file count, and you can just say 4 to be able to have 4 images, and that's the only change you need to make on your router or this upload route. As simple as that. Now if you do that onto the UI, let's update it, copy this, Ctrl C, and take it to our page. Let's go here on this multiple image. Let's change from this endpoint to the new endpoint, multiple image uploader. Now if I go back here, let's check if the UI actually reflects that. So it is loading, and you can see here that we have choose files or drag and drop. We have our image up to 4 MBs, max file count, we have max of 4, meaning we have a maximum of 4 images. So let's just say each image is 4 MBs, and let's go ahead and make this one 8 MBs. Okay, now great. So now it's going to refresh one more time. So just go ahead and upload some images, multiple images, and we see what actually happens. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh one more time. Okay, so let me just simply click here and have like these 3 images here, and let's go ahead and put all of them 3 and click upload, and let's go back to our console and see what is going to happen. Okay, so we have upload complete, and we have files here which is actually having 3 files. Look at that, guys. We have all the 3 files that have been uploaded. We have all of them in this array. Okay, we have them into this array, and in this array you have the key, the name, this, and all this. Okay, so first thing, we have to create a state to keep the uploaded files. Okay, so I'm just going to come here in, of course, the page, and let's set up that. So in here, instead of having the one image, I'm just going to go ahead and say const. Okay, and just simply say, we can create a new state, and we can say now this time image URLs, we could just say image URLs, and then set image URLs, because there are many now, as simple as that. And this is going to be is equal to use state. Okay, use state, and this is where if you had we can just like say is equal to an empty array. Now of course, when you initialize an empty array like this, they don't know if it's going to be strings. That's why they call it never. Okay, but they just like never mind. I don't know if you can just initialize it with an empty to show that it is a string. Let me see now. It's actually just like showing like right now is a string inside here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and actually set up these ones when they come. So the first thing is, we don't want all these keys. Okay, we are only interested in the URL. Now, if you're interested like in the names, that's unfortunate. If you're interested like in the names, no, we have lost that. Sorry. Okay, so the one thing that we are going to do is that we want only to abstract the URLs, not all other content. So what you can just do is, we can just go ahead and map through this array. So you can just go and say raise.map, since the raise is actually, so you could just say const URLs is equal to raise.map. So you could just say raise.map, and then inside here you have access to the one item or one file, whatever you could just call. And what we just need is to map and just simply return, okay, file.url. As simple as that. We just want to return file.url back. We still have this, okay, and I don't know if they have the type for this, maybe something like file or something. Okay, of course, for now you can just like give it any to avoid screaming. Okay, and then this one also you can just also give it any. Okay, and then we move on. Okay, so URLs is raise.map. So we have the file, and we just want to return a file.url, as simple as that. So this is what you're just going to go ahead and set image URLs, set image URLs to actually URLs, as simple as this. And then we can just go ahead and also, of course, console.log image URLs, as like that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a test. Okay, let's refresh, and let's just go ahead and upload this. And you notice there are there are multiple image comes with some errors, and I think it's because of this the icon. We'll just see how we can actually change that icon. So you just like go here and click this and upload. Remember here right now it is empty. You can see that. Want to see now. Okay, so you can see here we just have like files, and you can see now page 56 and then page 9. You can see page 56 is the race. So we went ahead and mapped through this race, and then we only abstracted, removed the URLs, and you can see you have the 3 URLs. Okay, so for instance, if you had your API endpoint, now you have your image set. For instance, you could have your own submit. Okay, you could have a function for your own submit function, maybe on submit. And then here, of course, you have like data entering if you're using React hook forms, and you could just say, for instance, data dot image URLs. This is how you can set this image URLs. Okay, and then you could also, of course, have data dot image URL is equal to image URL. So this is how you would send your data now, and you could just now go ahead and make the API. Okay, make the API request here, the API request, just like that. Okay, so now this is just done. The only one thing, maybe we could just go take one more extra time to do is rendering those images. Okay, of course, quickly here we can just like render these images. Okay, so I'm just going to go and make an if statement, and you could just like say if the image URLs, okay, dot length, okay, if the image URLs dot length, so right now is containing one item, so you could say is greater than 1, and okay, is greater than 1. If this is true, then we could just go ahead and map through them. So you're just going to say image URLs dot map, and they just have access to an item with its index, and then we could just go ahead and let's say return, and I'm just going to interestingly return a div containing 2 things. So let me just like return a div, what, and inside this div we can just like simply put this image. In fact, we can just like put the button saying remove, and then also this image. So let me just put this image, and since they are 4, let's just make them small. Maybe we make them 100. Okay, of course you could just like go ahead and give them a class name like rounded. Okay, so we have this right now, and of course here I have to put a key of index, as simple as that. Now of course here we have item dot URL, item, actually this is the actual item, yeah. So as simple as that, and then else, so we have this else here, else we just want to show this upload. Okay, we can just now go ahead and show this, the drop zone here. Okay, so now if I just go back, let's see, and I wish I could copy that array and keep it there for working with it. I think we should just do that. So if you just like go ahead and upload multiple images, these ones upload, Okay, let's just go ahead and upload. So just say okay. So we have 3 images, as you can see here. Okay, we could just like put them in flex. And let me put first copy this array, guys. I wish I could just like copy this array just like this. Control C, and I'm just going to paste it here for the default right now, so that we don't have to be uploading all the times as we are working on these images. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and give them a flex. So in this div, I'm just going to give a class name, not outside, inside here. So just give the class name. I'm just going to say flex, and items center. Let's give a gap of 4, and let's go ahead and give also let's just go ahead and give also the now this is supposed to be maybe in the container. So this class is not going on to this item itself, it's supposed to go to the container. So let me just create a container here, give it this class. So this container is supposed to be surrounded surrounding this thing here. Let me think about it. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be surrounding this. So just go here at the end of this whole thing, and where is it ending? Is it ending here? Okay. Just remove this. You know what is happening. Class name is class name, so we have double class name here. Okay, I think we are now good to go. So we have these items we are mapping in here. We just want to put them in just simply in flex, and you could just also give it flex wrap to wrap. Okay, and then as simple as that. So now we have the images like this. This is the how we have our images. Okay, they remove there is this remove, and you could just go and add this as an icon. Okay, so you could just go ahead and install Lucid React in a second. So npm install Lucid React, as simple as that. And meanwhile it is installing, I'm just going to go and get to icons. So you can get the trash icon and of course the edit icon for this first one. So if you just go to Lucid, so I'm just go here, Lucid icons. So there are 2 we want right now, the X. So we have this X and the rounded X. Okay, I think I want the rounded one. I think it's X or something. I don't know why it came in the first place and it disappeared, but I think it's just like X circle. Okay, or you could just use the trash for the delete, but X is the best, is the one which looks okay. So I'm just going to go here. Okay, it has finished installing. I'm just going to go under this here, and then I add the icon here. So I'm just going to add the emphasis X circle. Okay, let's see how it looks like. The X circle button, the X circle. So we could just look for how we're just going to arrange this. We could go ahead and maybe give it position absolute, and let me just of course give it like some class name. Okay, just give it a class name. Text red maybe 400 to make it red. Okay, so you could just go ahead and place it at the end of this button of the image. I don't know how we could position it in the absolute way. Okay, we could just like and we could have given it like really position absolute. I'm not sure, so you just try. So give this a class name of relative, just like trying, guys. And then this button, let's give it a class name of position absolute, and then we can just give it right 0. Do you have to write the word right? Maybe 0, and we see like what is going to happen to that. Oh, okay, so you can see now it is actually onto the image. Okay, it is onto the image, and that's really great. So you can just give it right about negative, like negative maybe 3. I'm not sure if that one we just will have to do anything. Okay, so you can just see where it is located, and for the top, maybe I say top 0. I don't know, maybe it is already at the top 0. We just also just like try top negative 3. Is it negative or positive? Let's see. Okay, so you can see where it is located, and then let's give this the whole thing, let's give it a maybe a margin of maybe 3. Just add some space around it. Okay, yep, so some space around, and of course, yeah, to this one we could also give some padding of maybe 4 to add more space around. And yeah, so that one just looks fine. So you can see the button is somehow, so you can just use position absolute and place it in any place you are comfortable with on the image. Okay, so that it actually shows that we can actually remove this. Maybe it would be better if it is actually in, it has some background on it or something. Let's just go ahead and give it like a small background. What could be the right background? Black. So let's just say button, let me give it BG slate 500 or something. I'm not sure. What will be the color? Okay, it doesn't look like so bad. Of course, give it rounded full, I guess. Okay. Yep, so we have this remove icon just like that. You can just like make it more better if you wanted, but at least this one shows that I can remove these icons. So how do we remove this? Clicking one, and it is only this one that goes. So just try to use this index here. So I'm just going to say handle remove image. So I'm just going to say here function. I'm just going to create a function called handle remove image. Handle remove remove image, and this one should take in the index of the button to be removed. So I'm just going to put in here index to remove. Okay, so when we have the index to remove, what should we do? So we have to first get all the images. So const, we could just say const maybe updated images is equal to image URLs that are currently right now there. I'm just going to go ahead and filter them. So filter, and in the filter also you have access to the item with its index, and the good thing is that we can just go ahead and remove the item. No, we can just like filter the index. So this one, okay, just say actually the word index, and then here index, okay, not equal to index to remove. So we want to return all items except index to remove. So you return all the items with this. Okay, and this, is this a number or what? I'm not sure if it is a number or a string. Okay, but this is the index here. I think the index is a number. Just straight say number. So you just give how I just do my TypeScript, that the one I just know the type, I just define it. If I can't figure it out right now, I just simply leave it as any. Okay, so just go ahead and say just like this, and then just simply set image URLs to the updated. Okay, just something like that. Let's try see this one if it works. So I'm just going to come here on the button, and let me just apply this here, and this is supposed to be on click. So on click, let's go ahead and actually just run this handle remove, and let's pass in the index just like that. Okay, so let's just try to see if this is going to have any impact or is going to work whatsoever. Okay, so I'm just like showing you how you can customize this up to the maximum. Okay, and you can see it actually works. Okay, you can see it actually works. And why did it remove two of them? Let's just like see this, remove this and this. Wow, oh okay, I understand why. And it's just because the thing you just put here, it is greater than 1. We say it should be greater than 1, so you could just say greater or equal to 1, maybe something like this. Okay, so that it actually shows when it is remaining. So refresh, and then I have remove this, then this. Now we can remove even this one. So the remove functionality is working very well. Okay, the removing functionality is working very well, and I'm happy with this. Okay, That's really great. And this one is having let's first see, is it just limited by this flex? We put it in here because after when this is, yeah, so this flex wrap and gap everything, I think is just what is just putting this one. But we could also just say maybe with this full, I don't know, what how would we customize that or something like that. So remove all these for now. Okay, so you can just go ahead and just customize this. Now more under theming, you can just also go and see how, if you wanted to remove the icon, I think this one you would pass in the appearance prop. Okay, you could just go and see how you can pass in appearance prop, because on the appearance prop is where you actually have access to the icon, just like that. Okay, so just a matter of just like looking at this. For instance, they are giving you the UT wrapper. They have all these applied to the icon element. So you can see you have UT upload icon. Okay. Okay, so you can see they give you all the wrappers, you can have access to them. Okay, then here if you need to pass classes directly to the element component, you see they give you, you can just go ahead and do your thing, as simple as that. So that's what I can just say about theming and UploadThing. So UploadThing is now done, whereby we have the image upload. Now to solve this problem of this, we could actually make sure this class is only and only onto this one. Okay, instead of putting it on entire stuff, because this is only for the images. Okay, this is only for the images, instead of putting it on all of it, just like this. Okay, so if the images are there, instead here we just actually put it into this one. So just go ahead and put inside here, just like that, and then simply copy these flex things here, cut them, and just like put them here. Okay, and then I mean, it's like we don't need this div, just like that, remove this div. Okay, so going back into this, let's see the problems we have. We just like we have lost this this one. We have to apply JavaScript. Okay, somewhere, I think, where exactly. So this is the return, and this is here. So basically, I think in here there's supposed to be like another this other one wrapping this. Okay, so just simply wrap this. So now we have the complete one, and the good thing with that, what is that? So the good thing with that now is that this is not affected. Let's just remove these You can see now it is occupying the full width, and you can have control and the theming and all that kind of stuff you want. Okay, so great, we have the UploadThing set. So you just go to the next one, the second one, okay, which is the EdgeStore. Okay, so if you look at EdgeStore, you just go to EdgeStore. By the way, I want to thank you for subscribing, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe, and also check out the link for waiting list for the course that is in the making. And thank you for waiting. The course, I'm just planning and doing the best to make the best out of it. You can check out or even check out the course link in the description. Moving on is now going to, so I'm just going to close all these ones now, and we simply switch to EdgeStore. So if you just go on YouTube and search EdgeStore, actually EdgeStore by is another YouTuber. So the UploadThing is by Theo. You can just like follow those people if you want. You can just like, I don't know, he's using Theo T3 something like that. He's the one who created the T3 TRPC, not T3, yeah, the TRPC. He's the one who created Ping, I think, this dude here. So this is the owner of UploadThing, the one who made the UploadThing, and then the one who made this EdgeStore. So if you just come and you search for EdgeStore, you'll see that it is this. He had issues with, actually here you can see like this guy here is called, I think, Ravi. So Ravi actually here was complaining that he is the first person who started building from scratch EdgeStore, and then that CEO copied the idea from there. Like that, just you can just go and follow it. It was fun and to watch in tech. People can steal ideas or like whatever, but I'm so happy that the two are the amazing tools. You are going to see that even the EdgeStore is really an amazing tool. So let's switch to instead of this, let's go to EdgeStore. So you see that EdgeStore actually is like the same exact concept from with UploadThing, but you just have like small differences. Okay, so you just go to EdgeStore, and this is also to give you alternatives if you don't want to use the other one. And another thing is just to look at this pricing. Let's go to about the UploadThing. It is very important to look at the what you are given for free. So if you look at this one, you have 2 GB out of the way. You have 2 GB unlimited uploads. Okay, and then just go to this. If you just first go to pricing, okay, of EdgeStore, you see that you have 1 GB. So that's the difference. And this one, you also have unlimited uploads, but they give you 1 project. Okay, so that's the, you have to know, you have to look at the pricing before using the tool. Okay, and then if you also look at the pricing, so after that you have 10 per month, but then here you have actually 5 per month. Okay, so that is something to notice. You can see, so you have 100 GB, and then here you have 50 GB. So it's almost like almost the same, I think, because here like the pricing is very tricky. You have to go ahead and check for yourself. But by the time you reach, you get this 1 GB storage like of images, then dude, you should at least pay $5. So if you just go back to the docs, the first thing you should do is simply create an account. So just simply go and start for free, create an account for free. Okay, you could just like simply go to, if you just go to pricing maybe, and you say sign up. So simply sign up here for free account, and you just get in. So let me just go back and log in maybe. Okay, just go here, and now you can say have dashboard instead of logging in. So just simply log in or create an account, then log in, create with GitHub. So you see I have this new project, and since they say they give you only one project, you can either first delete this one, but I'm just going to maintain this one. And you can see they also give you the count here on top of how much you have remaining. So simply click onto this project here, and you can say I have some images. So I just want to delete all these images, and I'm just going to use this same project, empty the bucket. So just simply copy this, just like that, and empty the bucket. Okay, so right now we have nothing in the bucket. And if you guys have watched my video on shard, this component is for shard. Okay, so let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and start. The first thing is, of course, getting the API keys for every project you do. You can just go and get the API. I think here since we have this one, can we delete this project? Let me see. Like, what if I want to delete this project? Let's see. So delete project, so that I have actually new. So create a new project. Let's give it image uploader YouTube, create. And they said they gave you, I think, only one project. That's weird, because let's first see here, and they give you one project, so you should understand that. And then in UploadThing they give you unlimited projects. Okay, sincerely it might not have a problem, because you only need the image URLs. So like, you can still use the same API keys for all your projects. There is no problem, because you just have the image URLs after all. So just simply copy this. I'm just going to copy these keys, and just go take them to let's take them to the env. So down here, just add the EdgeStore keys, as simple as that. Now let's go to docs. So after you have finished this, simply go back to the docs. Okay, so of course all of them, they use Next.js, and they prioritize Next.js first. So just go ahead and set up. The first thing is to install this EdgeStore. Okay, now since we're using TypeScript, is very okay. You can just simply use add-zod. Okay, it's not something necessary. You're just going to use Zod, but they give right away. They give you Zod. So install that. As we're installing, let's continue with the configurations. So of course the first step is installing. The second one is setting the environmental variables. And of course they say make sure you add .env to your git ignore to avoid not to have it on your git. Of course, then the backend. So we're starting to set up the backend. So they say now we can create the backend code for Next.js app. EdgeStore is compatible with both the app pages and the router. So they give you what to do in the pages and in this one. So go ahead and let's do that. So first of all, you can see in the app, which we're just going to use, is you create API EdgeStore with this catch or route, just like this. So simply copy this EdgeStore from EdgeStore, because we already have API. So copy EdgeStore like this, copy this, and go and create a file. So inside the API, by the way, make sure you don't create under the UploadThing. Inside the API, create a new file, and simply just paste it there like that. Now if you check in the API, you have UploadThing and EdgeStore. Then inside this route, simply add this code, block of code. Okay, so now this one, it actually gives you two routes, as in the UploadThing we're using, like, you create so many different file routers for each upload. For this one, it actually have only two routes. The only one is for the public files, another is for the public images. You're also going to see this one. You simply just use this one. Okay, so you can see for the router, you have this is the one which actually accesses the bucket and adds your image using this route. Okay, so if you move down next, and then they tell you now let's initialize our context provider. So you have to go ahead and create this provider, and they tell you in the lib folder create EdgeStore.ts. Okay, now we already have the utils, so you're just going to use the utils. So I'm just going to go in the utils and create EdgeStore.ts. So go and create this file. I'm just going to create in the utils to keep organized, just like that. And let me just go back and copy this block of code. And this one, its purpose is actually to create a provider that's going to share the whole entire router throughout the whole application. So now, after you have created the router, now just simply go and drop that router in your layout. So in the layout, let's go and take this edge provider and drop it around our children. So I'm just going to copy this line, copy it, and let me just go to the route, to the layout, and in the layout, so you can just come here onto this body or the main, wherever you want, and just put just like this. Remove the children since we have already the children, and simply cut this edge provider. Okay, and just wrap it around the main here, just like this, and let's import it from utils. So you can see it comes from utils, just like that. Okay, and that's the step done. So moving on, next is now uploading a file. So you can see you can use the EdgeStore hook to access the type safe front-end client and use it to upload files. So first of all, they give you access to the whole thing, whereby you can manage it on your own. You can see you have input type file, and you can have on change, and then you have also the button to upload. Okay, so I'm not going to use this one simply because I want to show you how to use the components that they have built. So they have the components for uploading. Okay, they have also the components, but the good thing with this one is that they also give you programmatically how you can replace image or delete the file. Someone was asking me, how do I delete file programmatically? So here is very clear how to delete a file. You can see you get access to the public file, and then you pass in the URL of the image you want to delete. Okay, so now what I just want to show you is just go to these components, and so under the components, they have three components for the single image, multiple image, and multiple files. So they have these three images. So let's start with this, the single image component, and you see here how it looks like. And you can even go ahead and they give it you in action to look at how exactly it works. Okay, and they give you also here the images that are allowed, image types. So you can just go ahead and drop the image if you just simply click here. Okay, and let's go ahead and drop any image from the download, like this one, and you can see right away they have this X, the one that we are actually creating here. You see they already have it here, and if you click it, it does exactly the same thing that we did. Okay, so that is a plus. Okay, and here they have, of course, you can test the multiple image, multiple file instance. They have all those ones. Here you can test. But let's go back to this image component. How do we use it? So they are in two steps: the installation and how you can use it, the usage plus the installation. Let's start with the installation. So you can say that this component uses Tailwind for styling. Feel free to change Lucid React to any other icon library you prefer. So they use Lucid React. You could use also React icons, but just going to stick to Lucid React since I also like Lucid React icons. So simply first install this component, and as simple as copying that command and just come here in the terminal and let's install that like that. And while it is installing, we can just look at the usage. So after you have installed, now just copy the following component into your components folder. So just going to create this component. Let me expand this. So they are creating here this component called, for instance, we're just going to name it single image drop zone. So you could just name it like this one, single image, but you're just going to give it EdgeStore single image. Okay, so just copy this whole component, and you can see that the component, they expose everything, how they styled, how they managed everything. So you can just go ahead and actually edit anything within this one. Okay, so just go and copy this block. Of course, I know some of you guys don't want to look at that or code. So in the components, I'm just going to create a new component. I'm just going to call it EdgeStore. I just say here EdgeStore single image, just like that. Okay, dot tsx. Okay, and just like simply paste everything here. Okay, so this is you have this whole component just in case in the future you even want to change, because they have all the variants they have used, or everything they have used within that. The whole logic is actually given here. Okay, if you don't want anything on that component, you can actually change it from here. That's great. For me, I think it's great. You can just like maybe at different levels or at complicated levels, you might just want to actually just go and change the styling or customize. The whole logic is inside here. So the only thing, after you have created the component, now you can just go ahead and use the component by calling it wherever you want it. So if you just come here, you see that you can actually go somewhere on top. Maybe was it here? Yeah. So you can just go here on usage. You can just now come here and actually call that component. On that, it is really too much. I feel that they have too much code that was really unnecessary. Okay, so inside this inside your close API and go to EdgeStore. So the first thing, I'm just going to copy this card, like the same logic from here in the first place. Okay, in the first place, I just need these styles, only these styles. So just go in this EdgeStore and let's create a section, since we always have two sections. Okay, so just create this section. Let me give it a class name, this one, and then inside here we're just going to have a flex, of course, having single image upload. So you can have h2 saying single image upload, just like that. And then down here we're just going to have you just have like a button to remove the image, and of which I think we don't even need that, because for them they actually have that logic. So just go down here and have the image component. So down here we just have the image. So simply copy this plus the button. So you just go down here, this image plus the button, just like this. And down here I'm just going to actually put this logic. Let me just simply put in a div just for controlling purposes. So the first thing you just need to do is simply actually import this single drop zone, just like that. Now they have this file which is in the state, so they also give you even the state. Okay, they give you two states here, this and the EdgeStore instance. So just copy this and let's go on top here. So this they already have the use state for managing, and they also give you even this this file. Okay, then also import this EdgeStore from the libs. Okay, so we now have the EdgeStore instance, and this EdgeStore is the one to upload the images, and this is the file that we are actually monitoring. Okay, and you can see they have a simple logic if the file exists. By the way, this is the file to be uploaded, not the not our uploaded file. This is the file to be uploaded. That's why you see it is of type file. So you can see here the logic is very easy. If the file exists, then they make a response, or they make a request, actually not a response. They make a request to this public router that we created, edgestore.publicfiles.upload. Okay, and then you have here files, the file, then they have on progress, and they are consoling on progress. So just go ahead, also console this res. Okay, inside here we have access to this. Then down here you have actually the response, okay, after it has been uploaded, and that's the only thing we need. As simple as that. Let's go to the UI and see what we have. So they say tailwind merge, blah blah. So just simply, I think here we need to install tailwind merge. Let me just see npm tailwind merge. I don't know, like that's a weird error. Maybe just run this. Okay, for some reason they maybe doesn't install or something. Let's just go ahead and install that, the tailwind merge. I don't know why they didn't fix that. Just install npm install tailwind merge, and we see if that problem is going to go away. Let's go back to our project, and hoping that the tailwind merge problem should go. Okay, and they're supposed to be not on UploadThing, but they're supposed to be actually on what do they call it, EdgeStore. Okay, if it refuses, I'm just going to restart the server. Let's first wait and see. Okay, so right now we still have problems now with use state. Make this one a client component. I think the tailwind merge worked. Okay, the tailwind merge worked. That is something, guys. Or install the tailwind merge. So here you say use client. So you see I've installed the tailwind merge when I got that problem. you see here, npm install tailwind merge. So just in case you get that problem or that error, so just put use state and then just see if this one works now. Are you kidding me right now? Are we still having issues with tailwind merge? Okay, so one thing we can just like do is, I think there is something like tailwind merge at latest, and this might be have something to do with the new double pack or something. Let's just say npm install at latest. Okay. And let's just go and restart the server. Okay. Let's go ahead and restart the server. Control C. Okay, just run it again. I'm just going to pause for a second until we are back. Okay, so after restarting now we are good. And just guys, to be able, you see what we have installed, instead of just npm tailwind merge, just say npm install tailwind merge at latest. Okay, yeah, just install the latest instead of just like saying tailwind merge only. Just say npm tailwind merge at latest and restart your server, then you'll be good to go. So if you go back to the UI, you see we are on EdgeStore, and I have this single image upload, and I have this thing of theirs. So we just need to let's first see. It looks like as if they're in Flex. Oh yeah, so we just made a mistake here. This is supposed to be out of Flex. Okay, just make sure there it is out of Flex. Okay, just leave this one alone, just like this. So now we are good. Right now we have this file. When it is done, we just get this file after you upload, and then we get this file, and then we use this public router to upload it to the bucket, and then we get back the response of our image. So just go ahead and try that. Okay, so just go ahead and click here, and let me put this open, and you see already this is they have a nice UI. You have the card with the XY, you can just remove it, and then up here let me just do this so that we can look at what is happening on the console. And then like here on the console, if you click on upload, let's see, you see they give you these numbers, and these ones just like you can also show these ones on the UI. So if you want to show the upload, show how it is uploading, you can just go ahead and show these numbers here, and or you can even design whatever you just want with the numbers. And then back, you can see after page, this is page tsx36. If you just see 36 is this response, and the response we have all this information. So on the information you have the metadata, the path, and then they also give you, like here there is a thumbnail, and then they have the URL. So the most important thing is they also give you this URL. So we can just go ahead and also have here, and this is an object, so it is res.url. So you just have here image const image URL, image URL is set image URL, and is equal to use state, and you can just give it an empty string, and let's set image URL After getting the response, let's go ahead and say set image URL to actual res dot URL. As simple as that. Okay, so we can now get our image. Okay, and after the upload, the good thing is that for them, whether you after you have finished the uploading, you have actually the image, I don't think there is a need to actually handle that, because they actually have already this upload where you can see the preview of the image. Okay, and you can remove this image and put another one. So they have simplified our work in one or the other. So if I just select this, you can see they have this thumbnail and it is fixed. And if you want to modify it, you can still go and modify it. And even the button, so the button is not designed. They have given us any button. We can just go ahead and give this a class name. Let's give it maybe py of 2, maybe 0.5, px of 5, bg, let's say red, 600, maybe 400 or whatever. Okay, and then you could just go and maybe put even icon, whatever you want. You could just like say here, of course, text to white. Okay, and like rounded. So you have this image. You can design it in any way you want. Okay, you can just go ahead and design it in any way you want, and which is really cool. Okay, which is really cool. You have this you have the custom or the ability to customize it the way you want. Okay, just like add an image one more time to confirm this, and then I click upload, and then I give you the percentages. The percentages 100%. We have the image URL. I think we should just be able to console. Okay, let's just go down here and we say console.log file, not file, but image URL. Okay, to make sure that we are setting it down there. So just upload one more time. Let's upload one more time. Yeah, let me just upload this. Upload. They give you the percentages. Now we could just do some, of course the image is here. Okay, if you click on it, you can see it is there. Okay, now we could just like logically show that the loading effect or any numbers, you could just go and look for this from Flowbyte and customize here. Okay, we could just like add, maybe we could say here you see on click, and then you have this on progress. Okay, and this we could just like have any element on the UI for showing progress. Let me show Flowbyte. If we have anything, we can just like show or something. So you could just like come here and check for progress. I'm not sure if there is anything like progress bar that we can control. Okay, I'm not sure what do you control here. Oh, the width. Okay, so you just have this for instance with labels. Yeah, so there is with labels, there's with labels outside. So how about that? So with even colors. Okay, so just go with labels. I don't know which one is better. Let's just show this one is really neat. Just copy this. Okay, so we're just going to show this, and we have to be careful on how we show it. So for instance, where are we going to put it? So we have this div which has the image, the button. Maybe just put in between the button here, and let's change this to class name. Okay, so here you can see that we have that. Let's see how this one looks now. This style, which style is that now? Oh, this one. So we have to use the JSX way of doing things. So simply wrap this into double quotes, and I think you have to remove this from the quotes, just like this, I guess. Let me hope. Why is it still having that? So this one is supposed to be class name. We should be good to go now. Yeah. Okay, so now what I just want is to how are we going to manage the progress? Let's just say here, say progress. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Const progress. Just have here progress set progress is equal to use state, and you can just say starting from 0. Okay, starting from 0, and we could just only just have this div for the progress. We only show it if progress is greater than 0, because to make sense, if progress is greater than 0, and then here just set progress to progress. I'm not sure if it is going to be changing like that and it will be updating. Right now our problems should be gone, and you can see when the progress is not there. Okay, so if we just get an image and upload, just like that. Now let's click upload. Okay, we got stuck on 45. Oh, we did not update, guys. Let's go ahead and update, and let me just stop this console for the progress, and only console this progress up here, so that we see if it is changing. Set progress, console.log progress, console.log progress. I want to see if progress is changing. So this 45 is now going to be, so let's control it by putting here the backticks, and instead say $progress, what is that? Progress, just like this, trying to manipulate it just like that. And I think that's the only percent, and maybe even this one, progress. Okay, let's now see if this is going to work out. Okay, let me just go ahead, and I think you should just like put some simple padding. Maybe is it padding or just like margin? Just like put some simple margin Y of maybe 4 to give it some spacing. Okay, let's just go ahead and upload an image and see what happens. So let's try to actually upload an image. Of course, we have this one starting from 0. Okay, get this image and let's click upload. Okay, so yeah, so on 100, yeah, I think on 100, both of them they should hide. I'm not sure because like the purpose of uploading would be done. So so if progress should hide if maybe we could just like have if progress is greater than and just say and progress is less than 100, let's just say is less than 100, and then like and I don't know if this one makes sense. Like you're trying to say if progress is greater than 0 and progress is less than 100, then go ahead and show that. And then for even also this button, I think we can also control it with progress, because once show this button if the progress is 100, let's see, I can just also control this using progress, and we say if we could even just like hide it if progress, we say if progress is greater than 0. Okay, if progress is greater than 0, then if this is true, then I want it to show nothing else. Let's show this. Okay, let's see now. So the button should be there now. The fact that now it is we have to also conditionally said okay. So since it is 0, it is now showing up. Let's upload something. Okay, click upload. So the upload should also disappear. Yep, so now you can see we have all of them disappearing. The upload was complete and everything disappeared. Now if we click on this remove, and we have this again uploading the second image, the problem, the upload is still gone. So I know we have no control over this. Okay, that button we have no access to it for now. Okay, so we can just make a condition also that if this here we can just put another condition and no file, and I think we just like and file. So if we want to show it, this is the progress. We just go to the button, so for the button, if progress is greater than 0, okay, want to hide it. And if there is also file, so you just say and file. Okay, if file has something. Otherwise, if there is no file, okay, we could also add the image URL and image URL. Okay, so if all these ones are there, then we can hide it. Otherwise, it should show up. So if you do that, if one of the conditions is not true, you can see it there. Let's try to upload an image. Click upload, so it hides. Okay, if everything is there, it hides. And then now if I remove one, it should show because now one of the condition is not true. Yeah, so now we have the upload logic for the single image. Let's go ahead and look at uploading multiple images. So this is using the EdgeStore, and it has some nice functionalities, and you can see it's also easy to set up. So let's just go ahead, and of course you have access to this complete code. I will put the link to the complete code. So let's go ahead and duplicate this section, duplicate this down here, and let's go ahead and put that this is for the multiple image. Okay, so if you want to actually upload multiple image, so they have another component for this. So if you go back here, they actually have another component for this. They have multiple image or even multiple files. So you choose whichever you want. There is multiple file which can upload both images, PDFs and everything, or you could just choose like the multiple image, like whichever you want. Let's try multiple file. So the first thing is of course installation as usual, and you can just go ahead and install. We already have Tailwind Merge. I think we also have React Drop Zone, and let's go up here and see. They need the same thing. Let's look at what we have here. Installation. Yeah, so we already have those ones installed. It is simple now using. So just go to multiple. You can just try multiple image. The same thing is what we have done. I want to try like multiple files. Okay, and the installation, we have already done it. So the only thing is create the component. Okay, so simply expand this and simply click on create, and just go to components and create the component, new file, and you can say EdgeStore multiple file, EdgeStore multiple file .tsx, and let's say paste everything just the way it is, and you're good to go. So the next thing after you have added that is usage, and on usage it is as easy as just copying this. So the first thing is we need the EdgeStore instance, which we already have. now we just have this file state. Okay, so just go to the page, close everything, and let's go to EdgeStore. So on top here we are going to keep state for this file state. So this is just like the all the files you want to upload. Okay, and then now we have EdgeStore, which we already have the instance of EdgeStore. And then now if you just go down, they have this function which will update the progress. So just copy this function the way it is and let's put it down here. And then we have now to import the file state, of course, and this drop zone. So they give you the types for the file state. So just simply get this where we are getting the mat drop zone. Let me just go down here and copy this here, this component, copy it, and let's replace it with the component that we have here. So under this, remove all this logic that we had created for the previous single image, remove everything. Okay, so inside this clean slate, let's paste this mat image and let's go ahead and get the drop zone. Okay, from this EdgeStore component multiple, and then you can also go ahead and get the file states types, and you can just like we are getting only the types of file state, as simple as that. And we have no errors. Okay, we have no errors. We can just like also look at this. Let's go back down here. What do we have? Okay, so look at this. So we have this the drop zone is looking okay. So now is try and see what is happening. So if you go to the drop zone, okay, for the multiple image, so you see they have the value and then they have only change. Okay, this is to get the files. Okay, they're using file state and they set the files just like this, maintaining the ones in the state and add. So they add one by one, and then after that they are mapping all through the file state, and then after they have mapped through, then they do a try catch, which is actually trying to access the public files. By the way, you make sure you have these public files. This is the router we have in the API EdgeStore route. This is the public files they are referencing on all the time. You can create another one for the image. There are always two. Okay, if you go back to the EdgeStore documentation, you will see that they have always two. If you just click on if you click on what, I think configurations. Okay, yeah, so on the configurations you can see there are two types of the buckets, the for the image and the file. Both types of buckets work basically the same way, but the image bucket only accepts certain meme types. Okay, so that's why you have to use this one. And another advantage, you see the image bucket automatically generates thumbnail version of the image file if the file is bigger than 200 pixels. So if you want, instead of using this this, you can just copy this image bucket, this, and you can just come update it here on the route, as simple as this. Now you can start using this bucket, the public image bucket. Okay, so inside this page now you can just instead you can reference, instead of using public this, you can just say now public image. You can just use the public image, or you can use the public files. So I'm just going to stick with public files. Okay, and actually just use the public public image bucket, and we see. So now we have the EdgeStore, and it's accepting that. Then it gives this file, and then it uploads this. We have the same thing here, the progress thing here going on, and you can see even here they have the update file progress. They created its state. Actually, they created a function here, update file progress, and set file state, and blah blah. Okay, this is just to help them actually update the necessary files when they are done uploading. Okay, so now this we still have the response. Let's go ahead and see the response. Okay, so just go ahead and let's upload, and you could just like even drag. We haven't tried the dragging. Let me just try the dragging now. Go to the downloads, and since they are files, by the way, if you have used the files, then you can upload even PDFs. But since we are using the image, let's just stick to the images. So I'm just going to get like these many ones. Okay, just like drag them here, as simple as that. And look at that, guys, look at that. And they have the most nice component for showing the upload. So the other time they were showing us the stuff, but right now really they show us really everything handled. Okay, so just look at the res. So if you look at the res, which is page 112, let's look at that. Okay, and now it's an object, okay, containing, now you look at this, they have one, so just say 1 2 3 4. So they have this first one. Okay, so they have this first one, and then they did the second one, then they did the third one. I want to know, are these the same images? Let me just get this path ready to understand, are these same images or different images? So I'm just going to go paste this here, remove that, and even remove this. So this is the first one. Let's go ahead and see the second one. Let me just get the second image. Okay, I just want to see if there are different images. Yep, so these are different images. And what does it tell us also? So how are we going to manage our state? So as you can see that the upload is happening for every single file. Okay, so we have also to be very clever here when we are getting all these files. So just create here also a state. I'm just going to say const, and I'm just going to create image URLs, and then like set image URLs. Image URLs is equal to use state, and then like we have an initial empty array of strings, just like that. And just like moving on down here, we need to say that. So how do we update here? Remember, this is happening for each individual image, so they upload one image at a time. So what we need to do is to have the set. set image URLs is going to have access to the previous images. Okay, then it's going to set this to a new, so we spread the previous images. Okay, and then we add the res dot URL, I guess, just like this. So you should just have this. Don't spread it. No, I think just like this is enough, because this we have to maintain the previous one, and then we add one by one all the time. We keep on just like doing this. We first get the empty array, we add the new one. We get the one now, that image, we add another one. And let's go ahead and console.log image URLs. So instead of this, let's say image URLs. Image URLs, just like that. And I'm just going to refresh so that we actually upload one more time. And you can see by default we have an empty one. Let me just grab all the this time let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, drag these ones here just like that. And guys, look at that. Okay, so apart from this having an empty array, this one, and that's why I'm just going to really remove it. Okay, let's define it here. Just to remove this, and if you want just to define, I think we could just like do something like this. Is this how they define, like string, and then something like this? Yeah, you could just like this, like an array of strings, just like this in TypeScript. So you say an array of strings just like this, to avoid the other starting thing, because we are spreading in here. But otherwise we have them, we have all these. We have mind to do all that. We just do it one more time to show you guys. So this time let me click and choose 1, 2, 3, and just like that, it actually does the uploading nicely. I like this component, guys. Really, like for the multiple image upload, this is a perfect component, guys. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3, and we have an array containing all the 3 images. Okay, so we have it, guys. We have managed to actually work on this, and the components are looking nice. You can just go ahead and customize them. Remember, you have all the code in here. Okay, you have all the code. You could just like take your time and look at these ones, because everything they have it in here. Okay, the selected files, you can see they are mapping on them with the progress, the drag and drop. You can just go here and give things like width is full or what, and look at how they did it, so that you can know how to customize in here. Okay, so finally, the last one you're just going to look at is Cloudinary. Okay, so I've already made of course on the UploadThing and all these other ones, but I had not made full had not, in all these cases, we had not looked at how to handle multiple image upload. And in this case, you can see we have really handled it very well, and I like it. So let's look at Cloudinary. So Cloudinary has a package. I'm just going to go ahead and close this. By the way, if you checked on our dashboard, let's look at all these files. You can see we have 18 files. and you can see they have public files and public images. They separate them, I think, which is nice. If you wanted to look at your images and then like you have access, you can just come and delete all of them or whatever. Let's look at the Cloudinary. Since we are done with this one, I'm just going to go ahead and go to now. The first thing, of course, is getting an account with Cloudinary. So let's start with that. Simply go to Cloudinary and create an account. The account is free, and they also give you a generous free tier. I'm just going to show you where you can see the tier for Cloudinary. So go ahead and create an account using your Google account. Okay, so after that you can log in, and right now they are logging me in simply because I have already an account. So create an account, and after you have logged in, you are going to land on a page like this. You can right away upload the images. Okay, you can upload and keep your images here, and for all the images you upload, you actually have this you can see your recent uploads. If you click on an upload, they give you all the details, blah 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 blah. Okay, so the first thing that is very important, let's look at this. If you click on settings, just like this, okay, after you have logged in and you click on settings, you see they give you the plan. So right now we are on a free plan, and they give you 25 plus 6 extra monthly credits. So it's like, I don't know why they added like 25 plus 6. What is that? So basically they give you like 31 credits. Okay, and each credit is equivalent to 1 GB of storage. Jesus, did they mean like they give you 25 GB of storage? I'm not sure what this one means. Okay, but they give you 26 monthly storage, like monthly credits, and then they are putting here the equivalent of 1 credit. You can make transformations like this, image editings and what or 1 GB of storage. Okay, and if that is true, 26 is like giving it 26 GB. Jesus, that is like really big. Okay, so now the only thing we just need this side that you need just take care of. We're just going to look at it in a second. If you are on this page, that's good enough. Let's go on the new tab. So in the new tab, type in Next Cloudinary. You just type in Next Cloudinary. Okay, and make sure you just go to this page called Next Cloudinary. The problem with Cloudinary is if they have a lot of documentations, it is very easy to get lost. We are going to use the Next Cloudinary package, and that's the one you should search. Otherwise, if you just say search something like integrating Cloudinary with Next.js, you are most likely to land on a different thing. So just simply make sure you are on this Next Cloudinary. Okay, so the Next Cloudinary package, it does a lot of things. You can see here: automatically optimize images and videos, remove backgrounds from images, dynamically add image and text overlays. For instance, you can create a meme generator. And if you want me to make a video creating something like this, guys, drop it in the comment section so that I can just like make that. About transformations, you can generate open graph images on the fly. You have, of course, drop-in upload widget. This is what you are going to look at. Okay, but you have even like add tags and so many others with this package. Basically, it gives you different components. You can see a CLD image, CLD or OG image, upload button, upload widget, and we are going to look at this upload widget. Okay, so with Cloudinary, if you click on this upload widget, okay, just go down here. So the first thing you just do is basic usage. Okay, and then they tell you the CLD upload widget creates a new instance of the Cloudinary upload widget. So they have their upload widget. Okay, the upload widget I think looks like, can I just upload something? If I'm just like in here where I will like click on the upload or something. What are they saying me sign up? Okay, so they give you this instance of their upload widget. In fact, it's here. Okay, they give you this instance of this upload widget, this one, and this one we are going to be integrating in our application. So just going back here in, just go back to this. Okay, so the basic usage, the widget will not render any UI by default. So you see, it will instead only render what's returned from the child function. Okay, and they tell you there are two options when using this upload widget. We have the signed in and unassigned in. So you're just going to use the unassigned in, is the one which is very easy to use, and you can just read about them. Okay, so the unassigned, to give the unassigned access for upload, provide the upload preset as part of the component. But before we go into that, simply first go up here, scroll up here, and click on getting started, and then click on installation. And they even have for the Next.js, but let's start with the installation. The first thing, you must install this next npm install next Cloudinary. So install this, copy, and let's go ahead and install. So this is setting for the Cloudinary what you need. The first thing for Cloudinary is install the package like we did for the others, and then configuration, you simply add this next public Cloudinary name. So you need this, the cloud name. I'm going to show you where to get this. So simply copy this and add it in your environmental variables. So in the .env here, scroll down here, and let's add this next public Cloudinary name, and then we just remove this and we put the actual name. So where do we get this? The cloud name. So you go back. If you go back to the settings, just click on the settings gear. First go back here. I'm just going to show you. So when you click on the settings gear, just a second, we are going back to the library. So when you click on this settings gear here, just click on the settings gear, and they will tell you to this page of the plan where we saw the free plan and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, so this is the place. So if you scroll down here, where okay, if you scroll down here, so scroll down, and you have these product environments, and you can see you have your ID, you have the cloud name, the cloud ID, display name, product, and all others. So simply copy this cloud name. Okay, simply copy that, and then let's go back here and then paste your name here. As simple as that. Okay, so I've added my cloud thing. Now the next thing you need, we're just going to see it in a second, but first add that. Okay, so if we just go back, by the way, we are supposed to go under the Cloudinary, of course. Okay, and let's go ahead with this with the installation and the here. So we have installed, we have added the cloud name. Okay, and now of course is now using this stuff. and the one we want is this upload widget. So on the upload widget, to basically use it, you simply just use the unassigned. You can still go and use the signed one, but we are going to use in this video the unassigned. So to give unassigned, because the unassigned, you actually, the setup is really simple. So to use the unassigned one, you can see to give unassigned access for upload, provide the upload preset as part of the component configuration. So when you copy this, the component upload, you see that they tell you that you need actually to have this upload preset. So let's first copy this. Okay, copy this image, this component. Okay, just copy this widget and just close everything here, close API, close this. Let's go to the Cloudinary folder. So where is the Cloudinary folder? It is here, page. So inside here, I'm just going to remove this, and let me put section where we'll put the class. Okay, and then inside here, let's add this. Okay, so get this widget imported from, of course, the Next Cloudinary package. So you can see it is getting it from the Next Cloudinary. And now the only thing we just need is this preset. Okay, we have this preset, so we can just accept. Where do we get the preset? So to get the preset, go back to our this. Now this time we are on the settings page. Simply click on this upload. So click on the upload, and it takes here where we can create the presets. So when you scroll down, you're going to see upload presets, and I have these existing presets. Now you could create a new preset by clicking here add preset, and then they give it a name, and you can just go ahead and give your own name. Okay, and for instance, we can just say image upload. Okay, image upload, maybe preset, just as if as simple as that. Then signing in mode, turn this into unassigned. Then the folder, you can specify it is optional. Okay, you can just say maybe for the project, and you can just say maybe YouTube project. They say you have the stuff you're working on with another person, you can give it a folder to put the images. Then other things, you can just simply leave them like the way they are. Okay, the transformations and others, just leave them. Come up here and click on save. Okay, and you can tell you all the plans, so you can see it comes here and shows you the mode. Okay, and since you're using an assigned, make sure it is unassigned. So just copy this preset. I'm just going to go ahead and then pass in this preset here. Okay, and that's the only thing we need. Okay, that's the only thing we need. So now let's just see if we have this working. Of course, we have to add use client. All these things are on client. Okay, so you say use client, as simple as that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you see they give us only this button. You can just go ahead and design it the way you want. Okay, you can design it the way you want. I think you could just like go here and search for the file, something like file input. I'm not sure. Just like to have, or even design like the upload button or something. Just go to this drop zone and they have this weird design, all of it. So you could just like go ahead and get this whole thing. Can we just have this? I don't know if is this too much. So you could just go here where they have this button, and then inside the button, will it be weird? And let's just like see what happens, guys. And like we add this. First of all, we can just go ahead and remove the input. We don't need the input. And then another thing we can just do is turn everything that has class name, Control F and Control H, and we can turn it into a class name, just like that. And you can TypeScript is very sensitive, which is somehow guiding also. HTML4. Now I have an idea of how this one is going to look like. And why is this one still having issues? The div has no corresponding div. Really? Yeah, actually. Like div. Okay, so I have no idea of what is this going to show. Let's hope for the worst or the best. Okay, so it shows something actually just like that. Okay, so and this is our button. Okay, and what I'm just going to do is putting this in the same thing we have been doing for others. So go to EdgeStore and let me get this class here of creating the card so that it is looking nice. Okay, let's look at this now. Okay, so this looks good, and we could just like go ahead and remove this SVG or even customize them. The most important thing, does this open the Cloudinary widget? Just click it and see. Yep. So it goes ahead and it has this, it opens up the Cloudinary widget. And if I just browse, let me just browse some image. Just like add this image, add it, and just like that, click done. Okay, the problem is nothing happens. Even on the console, we have a clean slate. There is nothing like that. Of course, you can just have like these SVGs. Make sure you're working on the, if you're having SVGs, I recommend you replace them with always replace them with the React icons, or is it React? Let me just go and see. For instance, upload. Do we have like upload? Yeah. So for instance, we have this upload cloud. So just come here and replace it with this one, upload cloud. Okay, so the trick is just simply copy these styles, this whole entire class name actually, and just give it to this icon. Okay, and let's remove this icon. And because SVGs in React, they have a lot of problems. Okay, and they also add unnecessary code. So you can see now we have a clean code, but the UI must remain the same. Let's go back and see. Okay, my PC is freezing. Let's give it some second, guys. Okay, so let me just go to the site, And you see now we have this icon. Not that one, is it? Sorry, that is a different one. Okay, so you see we have a different icon. Okay, so SVGs, we can avoid them to avoid these problems you always get here for line cap, blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now we have this single image, but then how do we get this uploaded image? The image was uploaded, but we did not get anything. Okay, so out of the box they don't actually give you so much settings, but if you just go back to this, okay, you can just say they have more things they are going to give you. And let's keep scrolling, composing the widget, and then you just go to examples. So here click, there is configuration and then the examples. So you could just like right click on configuration and also right click on the examples. Okay, so for the configurations, they show you what can you pass as the props. Okay, and now if you look at the props, the first one is that you have the children. Okay, and then you have the option object, then the signature endpoint, and upload preset. So far now we are using the upload preset. Now if you look at the how you use the children, this is how you use them, and how you use the options, you are going to come to this. But for now, let's go to the examples. So when you go to the examples, upload widget examples, they show you their upload. You look at, they have this function called on success. Okay, and if you expand, so they have this function on success that they have as also on the button. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this on success. Okay, I'm just going to have this, and let me just go ahead and on this widget, before at the end here, let me just paste it here. Okay, so I have now set resource, remove this. I'm just going to simply say console.log result. So I'm just going to say console.log result. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so we take in on success, that is like, and the success has it has access to the result and the widget, and then the widget, after this is successful, of course we close the widget. Okay, so we just go ahead and see now. If we go ahead, we can refresh this, and let's click upload, and then we have where did the CSS go, guys? Let me make sure I have internet, by the way. And let's say upload. I don't know why. Okay, so just go ahead and click browse, and we can select an image one more time, like this, and let's go ahead, and so it's uploaded. Let's go and check on the console. We have an object from line 13, which is this console, the result. So it is an object containing the event plus the info. So in the info, we actually have a lot of information, including the thumbnail. So they generate for you the thumbnail for free, and then they give you also the URL. So you can just get the full version, and then you have also the thumbnail. So whatever you want, you can save in the database the thumbnail, and you also save the URL. But for now, we're interested in the URL. So if I just get this URL, just like, can I get the URL? Control C, let's go here and try to see this image. Just like this. Okay, so you can see it is the image and we have it. So now it's just simply creating the use state. So let's create here const use state image URL set image URL is equal to use state. Okay, and let's get the use state, and let's get by default an empty, and then when this one is back here, I think this is the most simplest one to achieve. So set image URL to res dot, is it res or result? So to result dot info, then dot URL. So we have, was it URL? I think it was URL, and we can just add this. Okay, and I think it was URL if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is info.url. Okay, and here they say that the property does not exist on the type string of the CLD widget info. I don't know why they are saying that, but we can actually just like, first we are sure this is there. Okay, so you can just like leave it like that. Let's try and console.log the image URL. So console.log image URL, and let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so just go here and let's upload. Okay, you can just like go on the big screen and let's just say upload, get the image. Okay, and it is uploading, everything is nice. Go back to the UI and the image is here. So we have the image URL. We can now show it here. So the same technique we use it, we can just only just say show this upload widget. Okay, so you can just say yeah, image URL. So if the image URL is there, then we can just go ahead here, and we could just use now the image. I'm just going to show you. Okay, and then let's show this. Okay, if the image URL is where is it? If this image URL is present, then we should show the, so they have another if you just go to next Cloudinary, they have this CLD image. Okay, they have a lot of widgets. You can see there's a video player and also this image. So if I simply just right click on this, okay, just open this in a new tab. Okay, the CLD image, and they say the basic props include width and height, just like this. So this one actually uses, behind the scenes, it uses the Next.js the image component. So using this one, you have no problem. You are still maintaining the Next.js image. Okay, it is built on Next.js image component. The only thing, of course, is that, and you can see here they say that you can, the good thing is that you can add the transformations. Okay, and you can see here using the Cloudinary supports passing a fully qualified Cloudinary URL as the source. However, it must include the version in order to be correctly passed. I don't know how we are going to achieve that. Does it have version? Yeah, I think that's version. Okay, so just go and try that. Like, we want to try this image. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, but you could just, of course, use the Next.js image. Okay, if you wanted, you could just go ahead and use the Next.js image. The problem you will get is that you are going to get the problem of adding it in the next config. You'll have to go to the config and add the URL, but using this one, let me show you. Remove this, and this one is Next Cloudinary, and then here I'm just going to remove this, and you put image URL. Okay, just like that. And let's change this one from 500, let's put 100. Okay, just like that, 100. Okay, so to show that this is working, let's go ahead and try uploading another image. Okay, so just browse, and let me select an image here, and you see you have the progress and everything, and okay, so you can see we have this image. The good thing is that we did not get problems of adding it in. You don't have to add it in the next config to configure the path. Nope. So this is already nice. You can go ahead and use the CLD image component and all that kind of nice things. Okay, and of course you can just make this one, let's make it 300 maybe, to be maybe somehow bigger. Okay, so we have already looked at how to handle, so you can just, of course, go ahead and add the other change. So on top here in this, you can add the flex. In fact, I just go and copy this from, I think, the UploadThing. So just only need to copy a single piece on top here. Okay, this flex here. Let's go to the Cloudinary. And why are we having the error somewhere? Oh, this one. Okay, so I'm just going to have this on top here, and let's create this a handle image change function. Okay, handle image change, and it is simply set image URL, set it to an empty, as simple as that. So if you have uploaded the image, okay, let's just go ahead and just slightly add some padding to this, maybe actually margin bottom. Okay, so just go ahead and upload. Okay, can just go ahead and upload. Okay, and let's add an image. Okay, and it is uploading, finished, and we have it here. Okay, so you can just go ahead and click change. It sets it back, and you upload another one like that. So that one is done. Let's look at how do we make it upload multiple images. So for multiple images, I'm just going to copy this, and of course paste it down, and of course I'm just going to change this to multiple image. Okay, so multiple image. Okay, now you can just go ahead and of course remove this logic. We'll be having multiple images, so I'm just going to remove this just like that. And of course even this one. Okay, so this I'm just going to say that remove it from here. We first go back to the first place how it was. So I'm just going to paste this here and comment it. Okay, and then let's have this upload component. Okay, just scroll just like this. Okay, just here, this widget, and let's go ahead and remove this that, and then let's have our upload widget just like this. Okay, so if we just back here, we have the one for the single image and then one for the multiple images. Okay, it's supposed to be not multiple image but multiple images. Okay, so now how do we handle this? And this one is handled if you go back to the documentation. If you go back to the documentation, let me close this. If you go back now, the whole logic is under this configuration. Okay, if you just click on the configuration and you look at the configuration examples, you will notice that we have actually there the prop for options. Okay, so we have used so far only the upload and the options and the events, whereby we have the callbacks, we have the on success. So if you look at the options, you'll see that the options has these multiple true and the max files. Okay, and then you can also choose the source you want. Okay, you can just tell them to put this and you limit others and remove others. So let's copy these options the way it is. Okay, and just simply go here where we have this widget. Let me just go and see. Yes, multiple images. So down here, just simply pass in the options. Okay, simply pass in the options just like that. So we have the source, the multiple true, and the file size. You can set this, and the maximum is 20 files you can set. Okay, according to the documentation, you have to set up to 20, but you can control that here. Maybe you can just go ahead and control that. Okay, so now if I just do that only, and of course now you will see something similar you had already seen in here. Okay, they will do upload one item at a time. Okay, so let me just remove this here, and instead let me console.log result. So you see that if you upload multiple images, let's go ahead and see. So we have this one now for multiple images. So if I click on this, let's wait and see. Refresh and click, and you can see all these the options have reduced. We have only 3, this, and this, and these are the only ones that we passed here on the source. Okay, you can control them using the source. If you want all of them, you can remove this property. Okay, and the maximum file count of course is 5. Let's choose about like 3. So I'm just going to, of course you could drag and drop. And let's go ahead and get some few files here, this and this, 2 of them. So I'm just going to do that. And okay, now there is this thing here. They are running uploads, click OK abort. And then if you just click OK, of course you are bored. Now just click cancel to finish the upload. I don't know what you're just going to handle that. So if you go to F12 on the console, you see that you have 2 objects. Okay, you have 2 objects, one for the first image and the second one for the second image. Okay, so this is the same thing we encountered on the file on the EdgeStore, and the easy way to handle it is to create here, of course, a state. So we just always create a state const image URLs, set image URLs is equal to use state. Okay, and of course you could just go ahead and say use state by default is going to be an array, and you could just go ahead and define here that it is an array of strings, just teaching yourself to be using TypeScript, and this is array of strings just like this. Okay, so now what we need to do is on this access, okay, we just need to go ahead and say, for instance, set image URLs, and this is going to access the previous images, and then we can set this to the previous images. Okay, and then plus result dot info, then dot URL. As simple as that. Of course, we still have the problem we faced here, result, and then here dot info, then dot URL. Okay, so now we have this. We are setting this in the image. We can just go ahead and console.log instead of result. Let's go ahead and console.log let's go ahead and console.log here the image URLs array. Okay, so just console.log here image URLs. Okay, so just as simple as that, image URLs, this one, and let's go and check. You can just first refresh, and then you can just go ahead and see. click the upload. Okay, why is this error? What is that error all about? Let's check and see. Okay, let me refresh one more time. Okay, you could check like on this error, internal server error. Do we have any errors here? Okay, let's just go ahead and try to see if we can upload. We have more errors. Can I look at the console? Fate load what? Cannot read properties of an undefined open. Do you have internet? No. I think it is internet problem. Let me make sure you have. It's actually about my battery is getting done, so let's just summarize this as fast as we can. Okay, so now it was, I think, internet. Let me just go ahead and upload this. Okay, of course we can just go on the full screen here. Seems like it is not opening this the widget. We still have the internal server error. I don't know why. Okay, so finally it has opened. Okay, it has opened. Let's go ahead and add now multiple images. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it is uploading all the 3. Okay, cancel, and let's go to here, and we have an array containing 3 images. Okay, you can see here I have an array containing the 3 images, so we can do the same logic we did on this upload thing for the multiple images. So you can see for the multiple images we actually mapped through them and added this button, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the same logic. Okay, so just simply get this. Okay, just simply get this, and let's go to the Cloudinary. Okay, and if we have multiple images, we want to show a different logic. Where is the multiple images? In here. Okay, so just copy this CLD image the way it is, and let's cut it. Okay, and let's add it where we have this one, the upload zone. So we don't need the upload zone, just like this. Remove this, and let's add this one. Then on top here we also don't want to use this one, we want to use this CLD. Okay, want to use this CLD. Where is the CLD? This. Okay, and I think I replaced it badly. Let me make sure that I'm copying the right thing here. and then we are replacing it with the normal Next.js image, just like that. Okay, and then get this, of course, the X circle icon, and then let's also have this handle remove. Simply just, we can also copy this handle remove from here. It is going to be exact same concept, handle remove image. In here, this handle remove function is not defined. They just add it here. So we have this handle remove function which takes in the index, and it first gets the updated image by filtering out this index of the image. Okay, and then we set the image URLs to this updated image. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see how this looks like. Okay, so just go ahead and it is refreshing. Let it first refresh. So just simply click here and let's give it a second. Okay, so finally it opens this widget. Let's select multiple images. 1, 2, 3 images, just like that. It uploads, and then click cancel, and then we have a problem, and just because I didn't change this one to the item, because here we have this image as an item here. Okay, as simple as that. That's the problem I had. Let's try one more time. Okay, I don't know how to move that thing of upload complete. Okay, so you can just go ahead and click browse. Of course, you can use web address and a splash, or you could even leave all of them if you wanted. Then I think it is freezing, and for some reason, let me just put back all of them, and I just by simply removing. And why is it saying source? Source string isn't saying the type string is, but string is a wrapper object. Prefer using string when possible. Okay, just stick to that. So here I'm just going to have let me just remove the source to allow all image all sources, and let me just one more time. Anytime my internet is going off, I'm fighting that, but we're about to finish. This is the last one, so let me just go ahead and browse multiple images. Just 1, 2, 3. Okay, just click this. I don't know why we have only one. Let's look at our array. Oh, others must be still uploading. Let's just wait and see. So we have only one in the array. What happened to others? And the remove function, I think it works. Let's just try to see if okay, let's just go and see if I try to browse. this multiple image is trying to bring problems, and right now it's not selecting the images. I don't know why. Like it is in the frozen state. Is it a must it should have the source? Let me just put back this source here, and okay, just click one more time. Okay, and the same thing. Okay, let me just try to drag some images. 2, 3, just drag them here. Okay, I don't know why we're having this problem. Okay, it only adds the first image and that's it. Where are we getting the problem? Okay, so we have this, the upload widget. It takes in all this stuff, and then we have like on success. Is it because it tries to cross the widget? Yeah, it might be actually this widget.cross, maybe, because every time it finishes it wants to cross the widget. Okay, let's just like try one more time. I'm just going to try and see if this time we are successful. Okay, I still have the 3 images, pass them here, it uploads. We still have only one coming. Okay, we still have only one image being added to the stuff. I don't know what others are doing. Like what would be the problem? Basically the documentation for Cloudinary is always having really issues. Learn more upload widget parameters on Cloudinary docs. We have a lot of these. We are using the on success. If you just go to more info on success, okay, like they just simply give you nothing much, just like this, only that, really. The documentation for so here there is upload parameters. So they give you all these ones, and the tags detection on success. the on success is here also, and then they have these upload signature, timestamp, and blah blah. The here on success there is nothing much they give you. There is really nothing here. Okay, so far we have a bug. I don't know why we are not able to set even this click. It seems like to have issues. Okay, so maybe I'm not sure why. Drop files to upload, and it processes the 3 images, but for some reason it doesn't give all other images. Okay, it doesn't give all other images. It simply adds only 1 image. Okay, so let's just first see one more time. Okay, just start with starters. Let's just see only console the result. Are we getting the result? We might just be like the ones who are mapping not to where. So let's just go and see if we get the result. So just click. Okay, and let me drop the three images here. Processing all the 3. Yeah, and we actually have the 3. So the problem probably is on how I'm handling this. Oh yeah, so you can see the info actually is on an object. Okay, so the info is info is an object, right? So let's see what are we supposed to add. So the info dot URL. So what am I supposed to do here? I think this thing here is not as a problem. I have access to the previous images, so we set previous images and then result.info.url. Let me just get here this as URL. Okay, just here I could just say const. Okay, URL is equal this, and then I can just go ahead and so how do we add this? Do I spread it? What do I do? What do I do is, do I simply put the URL just like that, or do I spread the URL? I think it's not supposed to spread the URL because it is already a key. I think. Oh, we have to rename it, because if you just add it, it will add its own key, I guess. And then this one is called image URL. I have no idea what is happening here, guys. We are clearly getting the 3 images here actually, but then we are failing to add them. Okay, and let me actually also console the URL, console.log URL, so that we just see actually the URLs we have. Okay, and let me just refresh, and let me just upload. Okay, just upload these 3 images. Okay, and we have the other 3 images. The other one, they're just, is that so? And this time we have only one. Yeah, I think we have only one. Is it on this abstracting? Even the result, we have only one this time. How? Let's just first comment out this. Okay, let's just go and see. And we can browse 3 images. Let me try this and this one, and open. Okay, so basically processing, and for now, why has it brought like this? And you can see there are 2 now, and even saying done. Okay, so now they just very okay. We have 2 paths. Let me just go here. I have a problem setting out this set image URL. And if you check here in the console, we have the actual URLs. I think we're supposed to create an array, return the previous images, then add this one. I think this one is, the implementation looks like it is clear. I don't know why. Oh, and by the way, it also looks like this is still loading. It is if we click on this, let me just wait and see, this component, I think loading. You can see right now it is not ready to browse, but if we browse, I don't know what's that. we cannot click anything here, meaning it is not ready, like loaded. Why is it not just behaving like that? Next, Cloudinary. And for the first one, I think just like it is really okay. You click on the browse. I don't know why on the second one it is not doing that. Okay, so now it is ready. Let's browse. 1, 2, and uploading, and then the same problem occurs. Okay, have no idea why it is behaving like that. Okay, so guys, you can just like go ahead and make some previous research about it, fixing it, why it is changing all the time. Then when you have a nice solution, you can just like post in the comment or in our group and suggest. And if I have any solutions, I will just actually post it in any time. Okay, but thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.